And have we got a live thing going on? There we go. We've got a live thing going on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, comic book fans and fans of just general geekery. You're all welcome here. Took me a bit longer to get live today than expected because, weirdly, for a Tuesday morning, I've had a rush of customers in. Not to complain, made a lot of money, and that's what I'm here for. Speaking of making a lot of money, I've got a whole bunch of stuff I want to try and sell you. Yay! As always, this is just what we've got coming into our store. There's a whole bunch of other stuff which might be available. Check out previewsworld.com and follow all your favorite comic book publishers on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you'll find out well ahead of time what's coming in. You can order it with us, and then you won't be disappointed. Because as always, when we see stuff here, could be that it's ordered for somebody else, and if you want it, you could end up waiting a week, or you could be out of luck. I do my best, I promise I do. But the more information I get from my beloved customers, the better chance I've got of getting in what you like. Now, bit of a small delivery in terms of comic books this week. It's a 5-week month, they're all going to be a little bit small, but I have got some of the cool stuff. It might take a while, I've got to move some stuff around, so there's probably at least a couple of seconds where I disappear from the camera. Don't worry, it's not a magic trick. I've just stepped off to one side. But let's get started, shall we? We're going to go with the trade paperbacks graphic novels first. The Mall. So there is Mall and The Mall. There's an entire court case on that one. That's the one I actually preferred, though. Definitely looking forward to giving that a full read. We never got it in the quantity enough for me to read it, and I feel really bad for that one. This one, I kind of took a bit of a shot on this one just because of the name of it, Necromancer Bill. Honestly, I had no idea what actually is going to happen in this comic book. It's not been recommended to me. It's not one that I've heard so much about. But seriously, it's called Necromancer Bill. You got to read it, want to read it. This one is a big one. This is probably the biggest release of the week, and we're not even got to some of these huge things we've got this week. We only have 2 of these, one of which I'm fairly sure one of my customers is going to want already because he missed out on getting single issues, and me and a couple of our friends will be hounding him for not picking up because it is literally the best thing I've read all year. First trade of Hellblazer. Now, if you're wanting this, you just let me know straight away so you can claim the other one. If not, it's going to go on to order, and we're back next week. Speaking of orders, Ethan, Volume 3. You know who you are. I've ordered this one. You've already sent me a tweet saying, yes, I did pre-order it, didn't I? Yes, of course you did. I think it was supposed to have arrived last week, but some stuff's been delayed, so there it is for you. These ones are back orders because we have had some interest in them. Both Sally Ahmed, Ms. Marvel, and Miles Morales. Both excellent comic books. Some new stuff now, though. We have the first hardback collection, The Curse of the White Knight. Sean Murphy actually does Batman really, really well. The first of the Hill House books, basket full of heads. These have been brilliant, and they're all going to come out in a set of really nice hardbacks. Sorry, I can show that around hardbacks. And I think they look great if I get a full set of them. I might. Another one for a back order because it sold really quickly. Joker Kill or Smile. One of the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm totally blanking on this one. Black Label. Which means it's an oversized one. So if you've been buying this in single issues, I apologise. They're a right pain to put in comic book boxes, but easy to, and looks really good to put on a shelf when they get the hardbacks on. This is an odd one. I ordered this one, and it's the kind of thing where I think I'd only really get it to order, but I've checked my spreadsheet and I can't find any reference to it. It could be one of those things where somebody messaged me at 2 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and I was put the order in and never had a chance to add it to my spreadsheet. If that's the case, I do apologise. If this is yours, shout out. It looks great. It could be something I'd ordered, but it's Fantagraphics, and I very rarely get Fantagraphics in. But that does look like a very cool, again, nice big hardback book. So if that's yours, let me know. I'm just going to drop down for 1 second. Promise, I'll be back. See? Right, merchandise now. Some of this stuff has been ordered, some of it hasn't. This first one, we've had 2 of these in already, and I only ever ordered 2. So I might have to actually raise a bit of an issue with my supplier on this one. But if you want some Transformers, we've got some Cliff Jumper there. And another one that's not been ordered for anyone, but I quite like it, The Nun. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not the best movie in the Conjuring thing. It really over-relies on shock, and it kind of never builds up tension enough because there's just too many jump scares throughout it. But they make really good use of lighting and shadow, so, some stuff going for it. These 2 have been ordered. We have one of the Star Wars Rebels, Kanan. So try and get a good shot of it there. There we go. That has been ordered specifically for a gentleman, and I think it's the same guy who's got himself another Transformers. Speaking of Transformers, sold the last one of our Scorponok today on eBay. Man, that thing was a pain in the neck to package up. If you've been watching these for a while and remember how big that toy was, seriously, getting a box for it was a bit of a pain. I can't remember how they got to us. Speaking of big things, this arrived today. We've got 2 of these, and literally, I have to step back to fit it in screen. That is how big that, size reference, my entire head. That's how big that is. I've seen these going on eBay for £50 already. I think I've got to include postage because I don't know why they're charging that much. I think maybe 35, maybe 40. But even so, that's a lot of money for a pop figure, even on that big. If you want one of them, again, shout out. That is bigger than my son. Probably. And we've got two of them. They came in one entire box by themselves, and it freaked me out because we don't order that many Funko Pops anymore. They're simply such a popular thing that I can pick up in Asda. And I must have ordered two of those one, thinking, yeah, they're kind of cool, and forgotten about it. So we had one entire box which just said Star Wars Funko, and I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I ordered? Hopefully they'll sell though, because they are pretty damn cool. Right, comic books now. Some of these are back orders, speaking of which. We've got Rise and Fall back in stock. This has been the Bermejo cover. This is the one I got for myself. I really liked it, and I think a few people would have preferred it. So I've got a couple of these for the rack. If you missed out on it first time round, give us a shout, and we'll get those added onto your list. Don't get me wrong, it's not Simon Spurrier's Hellblazer. Speaking of which, trade paperback has arrived. Come and get that. But it's definitely worth your time if you're a Hellblazer fan. Right, other stuff now. Agretsuko. We just ordered this for the rack because it's just a great comic book. If you want to give me a shout. First bit of bad news for the day, though. Alien, based on the original screenplay. There's been some problem with this at distributor level. We're supposed to have had 9 of this in order. They've sent us these 4. I will literally just be starting at the top of the order and filling it in. I apologize. We got an email saying they weren't sending enough. I've upped my order of the B cover because I have some spares of this, and I'm hoping that'll cover it for next week. If you come in this weekend, it's not there, please be patient. This is a distributor level issue, and I'm doing my best. Death of the Army of Darkness, like that's going to stop it. Ash and Thorn is carrying on, and I'm really still loving this one. Little old ladies fighting demons is fun. Another one from AWA, Bad Mother. Issue 1 was great and sold out very quickly. If you're one of the people who's lucky enough to grab one, if you haven't added it to your pull list, give me a shout so I can get those ones in for you so you don't miss out on the rest of it. Because the movie's going to be out soon, and I'm a massive, massive fan, Bill and Ted Doomed. And it's Evan Dorkin. So that adds like a whole bunch of extra credibility to that one. So the other Bill and Ted ones have been only okay, but Evan Dorkin doing it, that's going to be great. Some Buffy related spin-offs now. Willow, yeah. To be honest, I've not read the Willow one, but it's Marika Tamaki, and I've heard good stuff, so you never know. After really enjoying Broken Gargoyles, turns out I've actually ordered another Source Point Press one, Bug Bites. I think this one I ordered based on the artwork, because that does look interesting. I'm hoping it's going to live up to it inside as well. This one I think is just for people who ordered it, but we have Captain Marvel with a Captain Marvel looking coffin on there. So, you know, that could be fun. Dark Knight's death metal spin-off now, Trinity Crisis. Now, I've not been reading this one, so I don't know what the Trinity Crisis is tied into at all. We have 6 copies of this one. This isn't for everyone who gets Dark Knight's death metal because there's a lot of spin-offs, a lot of side stories, and not everyone wants to get in for it. I think 4 of them are spoken for in terms of people who are like, yes, I want all of the Dark Knight's death metal. If you're not one of those people, shout out. I do have 2 for spare. A couple of back orders there. Detective and Empire, if you missed those last week, they're here for you. A couple more Empire now. Definitely heading towards the last of the Empire because we have Aftermath and Fallout. I think they are just for the people who would have ordered them, though, because at this point, I can't imagine two people running going, oh, I've not got any of the other Empire stuff, but I'll take the Aftermath and Fallout. Engine Ward, this one has been ordered for somebody specifically who read issue 1 and really liked it, and I don't blame them. Genuinely loved it. I'm kind of hoping they'll let me read that copy before they come and buy it. A new issue of Flash, there's a variant in there as well for the gentleman who gets it. So I'm doing this like kind of one hand at the moment. This box is absolutely jammed, but at least there's only one box. Green Lantern Season 2, number 7. There's a variant, but that's for me. I do love Grant Morrison, but honestly, fella, give us a break sometimes. Just write a comic book that's entertaining and fun. You don't have to make everything so ruddy convoluted. Hawkeye Free Forge, I think, is a back order because I think we only had 2 of these last week when we were invoiced for 3, so that's a shortage we've got. Hollow, I really enjoyed reading the issue of this. I've only got 1 of these though, and I think I might need 2. So again, it'll go to first to ask because I think there's somebody who only added it on after I did the review of issue 1, which meant they'd been too late for the final order cut off for issue 2. That is the problem of ordering comic books. It's like the issue 2 issue. By the time issue 1 comes out, we've ordered number 2 and about to order number 3. So we have no way of knowing how many people are going to want number 2. We can guess too high and end up with a whole bunch of issue 2s are never going to sell, or guess too low and some people are going to miss out. We do our best. I promise we do, but we need more much information we can get. This one, we've deliberately ordered extra because it's to help out people who are suffering, especially comic books suffering during the quarantine. Ice Cream Man Quarantine Comics. Now, don't get me wrong. Apparently, this one was all available online. You still need to pay for it. It wasn't a free online thing, but we have ordered like 7 copies of that one. And we're hoping a bunch of people are going to buy it and help people out with that. Joy in the Future, which is mostly for me, but I do love it. It's been absolutely brilliant so far. Justice League, but Odyssey. Those are just for the 2 dudes who order it. For the people who missed out on it last week, I managed to snag 3 more copies of the first printing of Loyal Receiver issue 1, 2 of which I think are already spoken for. I might have one spare. I'd have to check my spreadsheet on that one, but I can tell you we can't get issue 1 of this anymore unless they do a second printing. So really get in contact. First of the big X-Men stuff now, new Marauders, which carries on being absolutely amazing. Path to X of Swords. X of Swords hasn't started yet. When that does, X-Men fans are going to get in a lot more comic books. The Marked, really cool image comic book. I'm looking forward to getting back into that one because I kind of dropped off a few issues, so I was going to wait for the trade. Mars Attacks Red Sonja for the people who live for those crossovers. Magnificent Ms. Marvel, speaking of Saad Ahmed earlier, that's another one of his. His writing is absolutely brilliant. I was also kind of dubious when they said they were going to have a male writer on Ms. Marvel because she was always such a strong feminist icon. But then you realize, yeah, if you're going to have a dude writing it, at least culturally, it makes sense to have an Asian American. Nightwing, which is part of the Joker War thing, so it's way more popular than it usually is. There's even a variant in there. North Bend, some very cool horror sci-fi for the dude who gets that every month from us. Ravencroft, I think this might be the last Ravencroft. Very cool little Spider-Man Venom kind of Carnage crossover. Reaver for the last dude who's getting that. That one really dropped off. Justin Jordan, though, I hate to say it, when he's good, he's great, and I loved the first few issues of it, but eventually he just felt like he was coasting, and that sucks. Red Mother, excellent suburban horror, or urban horror for that matter. It's great. More AWA, The Resistance, penultimate issue of that one. More Things Killing More Children. That's just going to always be a thing. Amazing Spider-Man. This one was delayed. It was supposed to be in last week. If you missed out on it, I apologize. It's there now. That has nothing to do with us, though. That's just an ongoing problem with international supply chain. Gameverse Spider-Man for the people who get all the Spider-Man stuff. Star, The End. I read a little bit what's going on with Star. It seems like a cool idea, but unfortunately, when they do like a first appearance dropped into an ongoing, which not many people is getting, it makes it really hard to then find a copy of it. Superman, this is one of those odd things that bug me about being a comic book fan sometimes. See, that's like issue 25, yeah? That's all it is. Anniversary, so it's a huge size one. They're going to charge us extra for it. That's like just over 2 years. I don't think it's necessary to have a special edition of that one. Sweetheart, excellent horror comic book, that one. I've been really, really liking that one. That's one where the internal artwork is better than the cover artwork. Transformers, but this one's Galaxies. We seem to get Transformers like every week at the moment because there's so many. So I have to shove my laptop around a little bit there because otherwise I'm going to be leaning over myself. So much Transformers. The My Little Pony Transformers has been hugely, hugly popular, but there's also 84 Galaxies, Terminator, there's the Back to the Future coming. There was, what was the other one? My Little Pony's got, there's so many of them. This one for me, Cyberpunk 27 Trauma Team. Put this under T for Trauma Team for some reason. That's what is in the back. We literally only have one spare of this one. If you did not get your order in, and I really, really pushed that one, so I'm sorry if you didn't get your order in. You might be out of luck. Usagi Yojimbo for the dudes who get that. This one for me, although they haven't sent me my variant cover that I like, so I might have to wait. We'll see. But Vampire the Masquerade. Really enjoyed issue 1 of this, actually. Tie into an old tabletop pen and paper role-playing game was going to be a bit tricky, but they made it work. Venom spin-off, Web of Venom, Wraith. I've not really been following too much of the Venom stuff, but I've got to be honest, Donny Cates seems to be like getting a whole bunch of fans at the moment, so must be doing something good. Vlad Dracul, the third one. These ones have been dropping a lot quicker than I expected, but there was a massive delay. So if you're down for that one, issue 3 has arrived, and I've been loving them so far. Nice bit of supernatural horror there with Wellington. Wonder Woman, which is just seems to be going through the motions, doing what it needs to do. But, if it's consistently doing that, I can't really complain. And then finally, for the X-fans, X-Factor and X-Force. And that is your lot. Don't get me wrong, I said that was a small one. It's still quite a bit there. Whenever there's a 5-week or 5 delivery month, they tend to spread them out a little bit more. But I've got to say, there's enough there to keep you all happy, I should hope. Finally, got to say, there's a few people who haven't turned up for a month or so. Some people haven't turned up since before the lockdown. Really don't want to be cancelling people's orders because I know there's a lot of stuff going on. If you are watching this or... where's my dog? Yes, she's still at home. She only came in that one day, thank you, but she's never coming in again, especially not with a squeaky ball. What was I going to say? Final months. If you haven't been in for a while, I don't want to be cancelling orders simply because there's so many good reasons why you wouldn't be coming in, and I don't want punish anyone for that. If you haven't been in, though, please get in contact so I know that you're still with us. There's at least one elderly gentleman who gets Wonder Woman who's not been in for... I'm trying to tell people seriously what's been going on here, and I'm getting my friend talking about my dog. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel weird smiling now as an elderly gentleman who wasn't doing too good before this, and he's not been in for a while. Genuinely worried that he might not turn up, ever. And I really don't know how to contact him and find stuff out. So if you happen to know somebody who was a customer here, and just get in contact. Just let us know what's happened. I know it's kind of ghoulish of me to talk to people and say, hey, if you know anyone who died, let me know. But yes, you will. Sorry, I'm talking to George again. Yeah, just let us know, because it's kind of a horrible situation to be in, but because we order several months in advance, we've already got 2 months worth of stuff on the way, and if somebody literally can't come in anymore for very obvious reasons, we kind of need to know. It sucks, but there it is. One final thing, because I realised I have my head in front of it. This came in. This is order sold for somebody last year. It was supposed to come out, I think, in like April or May, but then it's gone on. It has finally arrived. It is gorgeous. £150 worth of statue there. You know you are. I've messaged you about it. Come and pick it up, because, you know, it looks great, and I'm sure you can't wait to have that on your shelf at home. Right, that's it for me. I will be back later on. I'm going to stick a review up of something. I'm not decided what yet, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Right, other than that, I'll see you later. Bye.